Paro's made his name by beating Subriel Matthias.
Did he?
We sort of didn't give much chance against Subriel Matthias. I don't think many people did.
No. So you're going for Paro in this fight, aren't you?
I'm going to say Paro. So you think it's going to come down to their boxing skills?
Yeah.
And who do you think has the more then?
And go for Hitchins.
Well, actually, to be honest, like I said, I think it's quite close on points.
I think Hitchinson's better. I think he's going to be an elite in that division. But don't get me wrong, if Paro wins, he's a superstar, isn't he?
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to look at the upcoming fight between Liam Paro and Richardson Hitchins on the 7th of December 2024, and it's going to take place in the Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's for the IBF World Junior Welterweight title that Liam Paro currently holds and took off Subriel Matthias. And it's a battle between two unbeaten fighters. Shall I go through the tail of the tape? So Liam Paro is 25 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. He's had 25 fights, 15 wins by KO. He's aged 28. He's 5'9" tall, 174 centimeters. His reach is 71 inches, 180 centimeters. It's at super lightweight, which is 140 pound limit, 63.5 kilos. And he fights out of a southpaw stance. Richardson Hitchins is 18 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. He's had 18 fights, 7 wins by KO. He's aged 27. He's 5'10" tall, 178 centimeters. He's got a 74-inch reach, is 188 centimeters. And he fights out of an orthodox stance. Interesting fight. I think Paro's made his name by beating Subriel Matthias in a fight we've covered, so you can watch our review of that fight. And Richardson Hitchins is sort of up and coming in this division. What do you think?
Tough fight to call.
Mm-hmm.
Good fight, though.
Yeah.
Good
I think both
fight.
good boxers. Technical boxers.
Is it going to be a ball fest?
We hope not. So we hope that the technical skill will be put on show rather than, a defensive chess match. I think it's fair to say that Liam Paro surprised everybody in his match against Subriel Matthias.
Did he?
Well,
or were we just jumping on the knockout train that was Matthias?
Well, we were. We sort of didn't give much chance against Subriel Matthias. I don't think many people did.
No.
But I think he showed that his boxing level was a fair few levels above Subriel Matthias. And
you know what he reminds me of, though?
Them.
George Cambosis.
In boxing style. Well, to be fair, it's what he did to Tio.
Yeah, that's what I mean, the story. I think...
you think he could be found out now by somebody who's got a...
Yeah. I think Paro's a favourite.
I apologise, Aussie fans, for Simon's pessimism. I think that you could be onto something there. Because I think Subriel Matthias' style was made for him.
Yeah.
He sort of just kept coming forward, and it's for his, his counter-punching ability, can't even speak, counter-punching ability, and his, defensive skills. It was made for him because... And Matthias didn't really adjust his style. He just carried on going the same way.
Trying to knock him out.
Yeah, because he's had that knockout streak, really. And he's won his... I think he fought a few weeks ago, and he's had his won again by knockout. So, yeah.
Like I say, Paro's a favourite.
Well, he's a champion, so
I'd say got the edge in power.
Yeah, I think his KO... Hitchins is more a boxer than a KO artist. So you think it's going to come down to their boxing skills?
Yeah.
And who do you think has the more then?
Oh, I'm going to go against the bookies and go for Hitchinson.
Well, actually, go on. Tell me when I'll have a look at what the odds are on.
I think Hitchinson's is 1-1.
Where have we
But yeah, I just
I'll look that up. Going.
I fancy Hitchinson. I think it's his time. And I know people say, oh, it's Liam Paro's time. I just think he's gonna be. It's gonna be a comfortable night's work. I just think Hitchinson's gonna make the fight boring.
Well, actually, the odds are quite close. It's like 5-6
and 1-1
for Liam Paro and 1-1 for Hitchins. So it's actually it's quite divided. Isn't it? What's that about?
Yeah, I think if you look from what
45
prediction thing I've seen, I think most people it's 60-40.
Yeah,
for
it's
Poirot. Poirot. No, I just fancy Richardson Hitchinson in this by a wide points margin.
Oh, okay. I would have said it's going to be quite close.
Yeah,
but I could see it go either way because it's.
I like it when we say this because usually what happens is we're making out it's going to be a boring fight, and it usually ends up being a barnstormer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. To talk it down, and then it'll be like one of the best fights.
Yeah, knockdowns,
6 knockdowns,
everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But Paro's got a little bit of pop. Hitchins, although I don't know,
he's
not. He is, but I don't know whether Hitchins, just because he's got the skill, is more fighting on boxing rather than knocking people out. Although I don't think he's the biggest because usually
who's got the better record?
Paro.
Seriously,
just because Subriel Mattis.
Yeah, but look who Hitchinson's has beat.
Yeah, in the last few fights he's got some good. Limos, Zepeda, Bowser and Alamo. Yeah, it's not bad.
So who's fought the better opponents? Would you
just
say?
Load of Paros. It takes Subriel Mattis out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just have a quick look. Well, Alamo, they both fought. So, okay. Probably on that, you would have to say Richardson if you take Subriel Mattis out of it. And he's got quite clear wins. Well, against Jose Zepeda, he's like won every round. Lost one on one.
And aren't you a fan of Jose Zepeda as well? Aren't you a fan of Jose Zepeda?
No, but not a fan.
Right, okay. No, I think
the Limos one is more.
Do you know what? I can't get the comparison with George Kambosos out my head, and I shouldn't even think of that, because it's not fair to Paro. But
we're talking about, and he's probably going to win. He'll win.
But if you look at Kambosos, he beat Teo and then fought Haney. Fought Haney and got. I think
you can see the parallels because Teo's like the heavy puncher.
Yeah,
and the flashier thing, like Mateus.
Yeah,
and it was more his wiles got a better of him, and I think Teo was having some issues with the weight as well, but. So,
don't make excuses.
No, I'm just repeating what some of our fans have said. That's what Teo fans have said.
Teo fans are all deluded.
That may be the case, but that's what they said. I'm just repeating it. I didn't say I agreed with it. So
you're going for Paro in this fight, aren't you?
I'm going to say Paro. Because it was wrong last time when we went a bit against it. To be honest, like I said, I think it's quite close on points. And I could see it going either way on points. But we've been only 2-3 rounds either way. Because I think they're both good technicians. And probably I'm a bit biased because of his performance against Mateus. Because if it wasn't for that, then I'd probably be in favour of Hitchins. So I don't know if your theory about Kambosos, your Kambosos theory will be applied here. So you're going to go for Hitchins?
Going for Hitchins. And he'll win it 9-3.
Okay. I like it.
I'll give Paro round 4, 7, and 8.
Okay. That's quite a precise. You've had a
I don't know what's
somewhere.
going on with me today. I'm going to give Paro round 4, 7,
somebody's
and 8.
probably going to have a bet on that and win.
Yeah, I won half. But if you don't win, I'm not paying you half.
So, I don't think that works.
Like I said, I'm not this guy. Like, it is, on paper, I think it's a close fight. And Paro, I just don't think people have... I think Hitchinson's a lot better than people... Hitchins, sorry, is. I think people think it's good. That's why it's close. Do you know what I'm going to call? I'm going to call him Kitchens. Because it's easier to say Kitchens and Hitchins.
Yeah.
I think he's a lot better than... And I think he's one of them that when he comes up against a tough opponent, you're going to see the real best of him. And I think he's a little bit...
I think he's one on the way up.
Yeah. I think he's going to be an elite in that division.
Okay.
And
it's quite a stacked.
Yeah, and this really throws him up there. But don't get me wrong, if Paro wins, he's bang. He's a superstar, isn't he? Tough first defence.
Yeah. Well, it's the mandatory one, and it's
really tough.
Well, if you look at the IBF one is quite... You got Hitchins as number 1. Right, second level is Jack Catterall's number 3.
Yeah, well, I was going to say...
Barboza Jr.'s number 4.
You know
who is 5.
You know the winner's fighting.
And then Valenzuela's number 6. So, yeah, it probably against Catterall.
Yeah, well, I think they're all matchroom, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's quite a stacked list. So, yeah, you're going to get whoever you get.
But again, the thing is, because it's such a stacked division...
Well, that's just the IBF rankings.
Yeah, a loss doesn't... Yeah, a loss is bad in any sport, but it doesn't mean you're out of world title contentions in that division. Because you could run a little mini league in that fight and he'd beat him, but then he'd beat him.
Well, I think that's what's happened with Paro versus Matthias, isn't it? Because you can see Matthias could still beat pretty much anybody there.
Yeah, Matthias had knock out hits.
Yeah. And again, in this, you could see either doing it, and it's quite close, as we've said, and we're split on it. But I think it's you put it down to experience. They're both. It's only going to be the first loss.
And I know where from...
Unless it's completely one-sided and they get trashed.
And I know where from the UK, but Jack Catterall's the dark horse of this division, you know.
Yeah, well, we have said he is...
although he's not entertaining. I mean, his last fight was quite entertaining. But...
Well, it's...
Tough man to beat.
You've had some shocks in this one as well, innit? And things, but you have Valenzuela, there's no WBC champ, so they're high up in there. So Catterall's actually on the list of all of them. So he's WBC's.
Well, Catterall should be the champion. Let's be honest.
Well, he should have been undisputed champion.
Yeah, so
they would have all been calling him out. He's number 2 on IBO. He's effectively number 2 on here because he's number 3, but number 2 is vacant.
Yeah.
So, and he's number 6 on the WBA. But again, this Pitbull Cruz is in there, and he's gone up a weight, so he's not really there.
I don't rate Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah.
Anymore.
He's still dangerous.
Nah. All hype, that man.
And then there's a few other good fighters on there. So, yeah, he's in the mix. And I think either of these would be... Well, Paro's already champion. I think they're in the mix if Hitchins pulls it off. So, yeah, this is a stacked division.
So you're going Paro
by points, but close points.
No, well...
And you're going by wider for Hitchins.
Yeah, man. Hitchinson.
I can see it. I'm not arguing. I can see it either way. I'm just going for based on the last fight.
You're going with the bookies.
Yeah. Well, based on the last fight because he surprised us and
boring or entertaining fight.
And well, we're going to say boring, but that really means entertaining. But I'm going to say boring because boring as in it's technical rather than fireworks.
Yeah.
And that's me hoping it's going to be fireworks because it'll be the opposite of what we say.
Interesting.
But an interesting fight because, yeah, it's whoever's the contender, and that's like an open division for unification and even people just below that. It's a stacked division. So,
yeah.
Interesting fight.
I look forward to this fight.
Yeah.
I really do. It's on DAZN.
It's this one, haven't it? Said yeah, it's on the zone.
On the 7th of December, same as Navarrete Valdez.
Yeah,
Hopefully
well, it's quite a stacked weekend. There's another.
it's a bit of time
there's
difference, isn't there, as well? So
yeah, well, this is in
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Although, would we say Phoenix, the other one, isn't it? So there'll probably be a couple of hours.
Yeah, you hope so.
Yeah,
But-
the zone, this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then there's another fight as well, which is going to be another video on. But yeah, look forward just to see, because there's other content. This is contenders in this division, isn't it? See how good Paro really is. Is he a Cambosis or is he Liam
Is he
Paro?
the real deal? You know,
is he the real deal?
It's a good fight for both of these to really make the mark in the division.
Yeah, and it's a tough, like you said, tough first defense
Yeah.
for, and a good step up from Hitchins to, to say, yeah, I am somebody in this
You're the
division.
world level fighter that you think you are.
Yeah. So,
I like it.
yeah. So we will look forward to the fight. Watch it on the Zone on the 7th of December, and watch our after video. And we will see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment, all the usual. Who do you think is going to pull it off in this too? And somebody's going to lose the.
Come on, you Aussies.
Yeah.
Get behind your
Aussie
man.
versus US. We'd like to hear, or like to read what you think, and we'll see you in the
The
next
Aussies
one.
have got very quiet.
Well, yeah, it's
You're still crying over Zoo, aren't you, all?
Tim Zoo has let them down,
You know, because
destroyed them.
I was right. And I'm right about this one.
You're just like, it's all right, I want Liam Paro to win now. So we will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.